line into Indaba this evening, which is a really nice enhancement to a web widget to allow anybody to look at a single question in a project that was part of a scorecard or a survey and to see the answers in an interactive way for all of the targets in that project, which might be countries or states or schools, basically all of the units of analysis. This is a really nice feature that tends to be really helpful for both doing some analysis of project results once you near the completion of your project, and also for embedding particular issues in an interactive way into a blog post or a web page. So what I've done is to go to Indaba's publisher tools, which you can find at indabaplatform.com/IDS, and I'm going to go to our widget library, and what I'm looking for here is the single indicator widget for all targets. Used to be called the horizontal scorecard. I'll choose the project in question. I'll take some data here from the Global Integrity Report 2011, and I'll put in some fake helper text, but in real life you'll want to fill this in with the correct information, which we can always help you get for your given website or blog. Hit next, and now I'm done. And this little URL is of course what I care about. I'm going to copy the URL, and I can do a couple of things. I can actually just drop that URL into a new browser window, and up pops my nifty little widget. So what's really nice about this widget is, as you can see, it lists for this particular project all of the categories or clusters or groups of survey questions that we fielded. If I click on the bar, I get all of the questions in that cluster displayed, and then if I click on a question, it drills down interactively into the question, and I see all of my targets, all of my answers, and all of my scores. I can even touch the targets here, get my references, my scores, my scoring criteria. All of that stuff is being pulled dynamically straight from the master Indaba database. This table is also sortable, so I can quickly see for a given question in my survey which countries sorted at the top and which sorted at the bottom. This is a really helpful shortcut to allow you to stare at a single question that's been asked as part of a survey or a scorecard in Indaba, and to see exactly what every single target, in this case every single country, scored, and all of that disaggregated underlying data. There's also a back button here, so you can quickly get back to your big question list and continue to sort of dig through each of the categories and each of the questions. So this is a really helpful feature. Oops, sorry. This used to be a little bit more basic, and we just installed some upgrades to make this even more helpful to folks. Let me also just show an example of this in real life in terms of how you might actually use this. Here's a blog post that I posted in December of 2011 looking at a particular indicator from our 2010 national data set here at Global Integrity, and you'll see here I embedded it in such a way that this particular question shows up first in this blog post, but I could, I still have the back button here, so I can give my readers the chance to surf backwards into other questions and to drill down and see all of the scores for all of the countries for this particular project. So this is pretty robust functionality, which literally requires nothing more than being able to copy and paste this URL and put it into a little iframe snippet, like embedding a YouTube video, into your blog post or your HTML web page. So pretty cool, allows for a lot of dynamic data display and interactivity with a single click of a button, and we hope it's useful. Thanks as always for watching.